Yeah, it's your boy Gruff here, back with another video, and today, I'm supposed to video guys, man. Today we're gonna be having this discussion. Now, the title might be a little like, like I think I'm gonna have the title saying something like, these are the worst and like batch of anniversary units we had in Dragon Ball Legends history, something like that. Now, before you guys start commenting and everything, I want you guys to please watch the whole entire video so you guys can understand where I'm coming from. So I could just, just like clear like what I'm trying to say and everything. So I know you guys are gonna be like, what? Like, are you saying like these units are terrible and stuff? Like, I'm gonna clear my thing up and I'm gonna explain why I think the way it is in a sense. So first, they're not bad units. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying none of these, and I'm talking about the sparking units. I'm not talking about the extremes. The 6 sparking units that we have, none of them are bad units. None of them are like, oh, they're trash. I'm not saying that. All 6 of them. Go Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, LF Corrupted Zamasu, Nova Ice, Super Saiyan Red, Red Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, and then Purple Vegito Blue. None of those 6 units are bad units. But out of the anniversaries we had, they're the least impactful in the game. Now let me explain why. Okay, let's go to. I'm on my what's name, right? I'm on my box, and I have it ordered to like when like the first units all the way to like now the current one. So let's go to the first anniversaries. Now a lot of the OGs are gonna know about this, so I'm gonna explain this. Super Saiyan Blue Goku. This one is the first Annie. First Annie. Okay. First Annie. And then first Annie. These are only 5 sparkings for this Annie. All 5 of them were really good. All 5 of them you could argue and say there was the top 5 best units in the game. You could say there was top 10. Top 10. If you're doing a list at that time, the top 10 best units in the game, all 5 of those in there, regardless. I know it didn't matter what order, but you was going to put all 5 of these units on in the top 5 best units in the game, because they was just so good. They impacted the meta so good where you had to summon on the first anniversary banners, because if you didn't, you would have been left out. Like it would have been so hard for you to compete in that meta if you did not summon on the first anniversary banners to get these units, because it was so good. Like if you didn't have them, like it was bad. Like you had to summon, you had to get them. And Vegito, Super Vegito, was the best unit in the game, and everybody wanted Super Vegito because he was so good, right? They impacted the meta. They impacted the meta for a very long time. Okay. So I think I got my point across for the first anniversary. And the people that played Legends around that time knew, like you guys know how good they were when they first came out. All right, let's go to the second Annie, right? Let's see. It's him. It's purple. Is blue Vegito Blue. Green Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Yellow Race Trunks. Masu, and Omega Shenron. Right. So this one was a little bit different, right? Because they introduced the concept of Zenkais, but Zenkai started off at 25k CC. If you wanted to get them to 7, most likely. It was around 20k to 25k CC to get them to Zenkai 7. And around this time, when the anniversary launched, it was like, oh yeah, we're gonna make it, we're gonna make the reduction of the Zenkais down to 7k CC. So it was like, okay. But let's look at the second anniversary units, right? VB was the best unit in the game. Like it didn't matter what stars you had him at. He could have been 2 stars or even 14 stars. He was the best unit in the game regardless of his star count. And you just needed 1 copy, bro. You needed 1 copy of him, and he was so good. He won you so many games because he was just that good of a unit, right? He impacted the meta. When he came out, bro, Future, God Key, Fusion Warrior. I mean, I wouldn't say Fusion Warriors, but God Key and Future were the best teams, right? Because of him, because of VB, right? Same like with LF Super Saiyan, the LF Super Vegito. Fusions was the best team because from the first Annie, because of Super Vegito. he impacted the meta. Blue Super Saiyan, Blue Vegito Blue impacted the meta. He was the best unit in the game. Goku was solid. You know, he wasn't really a top unit, but he was solid. Ray's Trunk was really good because he could fit on that. On that future team because he was the best yellow on that team, right? So he had a lot of value. Murzumasu had a ton of value because for run he could be ran on future and on Fusion Warriors and on God Key, and he was a purple because so he basically countered every single green unit if you wanted to use that to counter VB. He was like his security man, right? Like Zamasu got you, bro. Zamasu was one of the top units in the game because of that. Like strike cover change, and he was just a really oppressive unit. Every team that VB fitted on, basically, Zamasu fitted on. Omega Samurai was really good. Problem is he was a red unit. You didn't bring a red in VB's meta. You just didn't because like your red unit would have been dead. Would have been dead. So there was really no point in bringing a red unit. Then he did extra damage to Fusion Warriors. So the fact that Omega Samurai is red and the Fusion Warriors kind of hurt him, right? He was a good unit, but it hurt him because of his color and his typing. He took more damage from VB, right? So you could say 3 out of the 5 units impacted the meta. Rage Trunks did, VB did definitely, and then Murzumasu did, right? So even the second anniversary units, even some of them, there was like you could say there was the top units in the game when they came out. So now let's go to the third anniversary units. Okay, so now this is where like when I said the 7K CC thing, right? Like we've seen a plethora amount of Zenkais now compared to from the second anniversary to now. We see a ton of Zenkais now. Like they do a Zenkai like what every 2 weeks, right? I believe, or something like that. So there was a ton of Zenkais in the game now. And let's look at the units, right? Purple Vegito Blue, he's a good unit. Ice is a good unit. Nova is a good unit. I love Corrupted Zamasu is a good unit. Red Super Saiyan 2 Kefla is a good unit, and I don't have Super Saiyan 4, but he is a good unit as well. I'm not saying they're bad, but be honest, none of these 6 units impacted this meta at all. Like if you didn't summon on the 3rd anniversary, like just imagine this. If you didn't summon on the 3rd anniversary banners, like you're still perfectly fine. It wasn't to the point where you had to summon because they were the best units in the game. You could have still stayed with your Androids team and you'd have been perfectly fine. You would have still been dominating the meta. You could stay with your Hybrids team, you could still dominate the meta. You could stay with your Region team, you could still dominate the meta. Your main team, you could still stick with your main team and not summon a single Chrono Crystals on this 3rd anniversary banner, and you'd have been fine. These units did not impact the meta at all. They're good units, but they didn't impact the meta at all, right? So that's the problem, right? That's why I'm saying that they're the worst batch of anniversary units that we had in the game because they have no impact. Like out of the 6 units, none of you guys are like, oh man, I need to summon because that unit is the best unit in the game. You're not thinking about that. You're just thinking like, oh, I'm just summoning because I just want the units, right? Not because of how strong they are or how oppressive they are, right? Now I know a lot of people are like, well, like I mean, why would you want oppressive units? But it's like the best units in the game, 18. I know Super Saiyan 3 is up there, but I just want to do 18 and Gohan, for example, because they got Zenkai around the same time. It's been like what, 9 months? It's been 10 months. They're still the best units in the game. Like, don't you guys kind of want to see someone else be the best unit in the game, right? Don't you guys kind of want to see that? Don't you guys? I know like you guys hate metas and everything, but that's part of a PvP game. You want to see different metas. You want to see different units take over, be the best, and like, complain and everything until you guys see a new meta. And then we complain about that. Like, I know people hate like different meta changes, but that's part of the game, bro. That's just PvP, bro. Like, you want to see something new. We've been seeing Gohan dominate and 18 dominate for 10 months. Like, don't you guys kind of want to see someone new? And usually the anniversary units are where they change it. They usually these are the units that kind of really change the meta, and these are like, all right, these are the best units, and you gotta summon for these because they're just so good. And none of them are at that level. None of them are. You could even, like, out of the 6 units, None of them are top 10 in best units in the game. Gogeta, I don't think Gogeta is a top 10 best unit in the game. I don't think LF Corrupted Zamasu. If the two LFs are not really the top 10 units in the game, then why would you think? What will make you think the regular sparking third anniversary units are gonna be the top 10? If the LFs are not, right? They're rare to get, and they're not even top 10 units in the game. They have impact in the meta, right? Like, I guess you could say for Corrupted Zamasu, oh, he's a red God Key, right? You know, God Key got the red units. I still see a ton of God Key units, God Key teams without Corrupted Zamasu, and they're still dominating. They're still, you know, winning a lot of matches, right? Like, although, for example, like Swift is a God Key unit, and he pulls Zamasu, right? He pulls Zamasu, he's happy, but if he didn't pull Zamasu, he would still be in the top 100s perfectly fine. Let's see, GT, Super Saiyan 4, Goku. Yeah, GT is a good team, but are they the best team? Did Gogeta alone make GT the best team? Did Gogeta alone made Fusions the best team? Saiyans, right? He's a green Saiyan, but you're not picking him over LF Super Saiyan 3 Goku Zenkai. You're not picking him as that best green unit. So basically, what I'm saying is, and they're like, what, for Zamasu, powerful opponent? Powerful opponent is not even a good team. Like, you're not seeing people running powerful opponent, and they're just not, right? Let's see, Future. I mean, he's a really good red, but you know, people, you don't need him. You don't need Corrupted Zamasu for your red unit. Like, you still have Mai, Trunks, and Mai. I feel like they're really underrated. They're really good. Even Revival Cell is really good as well. Like, you have other red Future units that's good, right? You don't need Zamasu. You don't need to summon like, oh, I got to summon for him because he's going to be the best. Like, no one's not even comparing him. So that's kind of just my thing, right? None of these 6 third anniversary units impacted the meta. So I say that they are the worst batch of anniversary we had. You know, like, they didn't impact the meta. You didn't need to summon a single dime on this anniversary, and the team that you still been rocking with, you still would have been perfectly fine. So that's kind of the message I kind of want to get out for this video. So hope you guys kind of understand where I'm coming from. Like, they just didn't impact the meta. You didn't need a summon. Yeah, definitely it's because of the Zenkai problem. I definitely agree, but they could have made these units a lot better. They could have made them a lot better, bro. And yeah, so that's kind of my take on it. Comment down below what you guys think about my thing. Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys disagree? Comment down below what's your reasons. No one is right, no one is wrong. I'm not right and I'm not wrong. Like, just in my opinion, I feel like they're just not the most. They're not the best. They're not the best anniversary batches we had. Like, they're the worst. I would say it goes first anniversary, second anniversary, then third. Like, so that's just my thing, and it's about the units, just the units, not the whole anniversary as a whole. The units, the third anniversary units, right? I'm comparing the anniversary units to each other, from the first anniversary units, the second anniversary units, and the third anniversary units. I feel like they're the worst ones. So yeah, comment down below what you think. That's it for this video. Hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. And yeah, man, that's it for this video. Like, comment, subscribe. It's been my growth, man, and I'm out. Peace.